All right. So, how to find the best journal for your article? How to go about doing it? I'm sure most of you must be doing it, but again, it's a process and it needs to be understood. See here, there are publication houses and there are indexes which help us in understanding which journals are there in the area of my research. I can use the indexes to find out, like we have ABDC, Australian Business Deans Council, for management discipline. We have SSCI, I'll just show it to you. This is ABDC 2019 journal list. You can see there are A-lister journals, then A, B, and C. The percentages are given here. There are upgrades and downgrades and other things on the basis of the current control aspects which have been taken. So the comparison is with respect to the 2016 business ABDC journal quality list. So it is upgraded. So even the journal lists are upgraded and needs to be looked into by the researchers. Also important is so you can always search for it. You can search for the different journals in this. You can have a search site and you can search it. There is also an Excel sheet which will be generated, which has all the journals which can be seen for as far as ABDC is concerned. The second one is which is again important, is SSCI, that is Social Science Citation Index. This is from the Web of Science group Clavariate. So if I click on it, I can check the different journals here. It can tell me which journals are there. I'll be talking about this. And then you have UGC care list as well, which can be followed. There are group 1 and group 2. Journals which are already indexed in globally recognized databases will have their names in the UGC care list group 2. The journals which have been recommended by the universities will find their names in journal list group 1, and UGC in collaboration with Savitri Bai Phule University has brought out this UGC care list. You can also see alert here. It talks about list of cloned journals. So basically we are talking about those best journals which have been cloned by some other journal. So this can also happen. And there is also a concept of predatory journals which look like to be legitimate. However, the process of reviews or peer reviews or editorial are suspicious and needs to be taken care of by the researcher while you're mulling to actually publish your article. So these are some of the indexes which can be taken up. Like for example, you can search a publisher or through title, ISSN, language of publication, and you will get the journals in which you can try for publication. Other than that, what I wanted to really talk about was whether or not a particular journal is suitable for your type of research article. How would you go about finding it? So you have some databases like Elsevier Journal Finder or Wiley Journal Finder or Springer Journal Suggester. I'll just click on one of them. So you can see that this is how they bring it to you. So you can write down the title of your paper, you can put the paper abstract and some of the keywords here, and also which discipline are you in, and basically we'll go for, I think, management. You must have, business management and accounting, and you can have your you have to then set up your paper abstracts and other details like keywords and field of research, also your paper title. This will help you in finding it will give you a list of the journals which you can focus upon. Similar is the case with Wiley Journal Finder. You can also do the same thing here, and you can see you can find matching journals, or you can find journal by title, manuscript title and manuscript abstract. If you put it, you can find some of the journals in which you can actually submit your paper, and it will match some of the keywords which are there in your work, and it will help you in taking care of the problem of not meeting the scope and otherwise also. Then you have Springer Journal Suggester, and you have the same guidelines here also. So basically these are some of the ways in which you can find some a journal which is, say for example, appropriate for your work. All right. Okay. If for example I would want to know if my article is good for publication in a particular journal or not, I'll have to look into the scope and aims of that particular journal. So if I just talk about a given journal, say for example, Journal of Business Research, if I talk about this Journal of Business Research, I'll just go to its website, and what I have to see over here, there are some of the important things which we generally forget and we should keep looking, and it's very important for any kind of publication. The first thing which an author should do is to find out about the journal. So you can see if my article is all right for publication in that journal, I'll have to look into this part of it. It says that it talks about theory developed from business research to actual business situations. What more, I can see what are the benefits to authors, and so these are the aims and scope. So you will have to see if your paper comes under this scope. For example, if your research talks about buyer behavior, it's here. If it talks about organizational theory and behavior, it's here. If you talk about marketing, it's here. So you are free to put your paper across in this journal. Now, how would I know that this journal, what is the quality impact of this journal? So you can check always the impact factor. It's 4.874, which is very good. If you click on here, it says that the average number of citations received in a particular year by papers published. So basically, as I was talking in the first presentation, that any journal is known by its impact factor. And also you must understand that an impact factor can be created when the number of citations for a given article in a given year is high. So any journal will look for those papers only which are having high chances of citations later on. So that also. And then there is a site score. It talks about the average citation received per peer reviewed document. So any document which has been submitted, what is the average citation? So this also talks about the quality of journal. All right, site score and the impact factor tells that about the journal. Now if I talk about the kind of indexing this journal has, how many indexes have actually taken that, then I can go for abstracting and indexing. So I'll just show it to you. So for in abstracting and indexing, if you see, it is, as I was talking about, that social science citation index is there, and then A and B are current contents, management contents. These are some of the indexes which can be looked into by a potential researcher and work upon it. So you can see here are some of the indexes on which Journal of Business Research has been indexed upon. So these are some of the categories. One more thing which I wanted to talk about is the articles. Now, if this journal is a home or a good avenue for your research, then you should try and cite some of the papers which have been published in this journal. Why I'm saying this? Because it helps you tell the editor of the paper of the journal that you already know about the articles which have already been published in that research journal, and that is something which is similar to what I am working upon. So it talks about the seriousness of an author, that I know about the whole literature on this, and I can cite that depending. So how can you search it? You can look into, you can search upon the articles. You can see most downloaded article, recent articles, most cited, and open access articles. Open access articles are those articles which you can easily access. They are free of cost. They are gold access. So you can actually look into those journals. Now, depending on what your topic is, you can search for articles. So, for example, recent articles are there, or open research articles are there. So you can search for it. You can also search here. Uh, I think this is about the keywords. You can use some of the keywords of your research work and put it here and see some of the similar work that have been published in Journal of Business Research, which can be cited further on. So it's important that citations in this manner is shown. So there are other important things which I'll be talking about in the next presentation.